Guys, Samir has been my friend for almost 3 years, I think, right?
Yes, yes, yes. 3 years.
Yes. Okay, Samir, of course, you know what is happening now in Gaza, and you talked to me before about that.
Yes, yes.
So, but I want to ask you, because you are an American, what is the reaction of the average people in America about what's happening now?
Yeah, so subhanAllah, you're getting a lot of people that are waking up and realizing what is the truth and what is not the truth. For a long, long time, what you had was, the media lying to you. The media making it look like Palestinians or Arabs or whatever, or Muslims, they're animals, they're cowards, they're terrorists. The husband, they beat their wife like they're backwards. But that's not true. What we see now is we don't trust the media. We can go on Instagram, we can go on Facebook, and we can see all the Palestinian influencers recording live, there. Mutaz and all the sisters, yani, you have by Palestina and the rest of them, and they're all recording and they are showing us the truth. When the media tells us, yani, Hamas is downstairs under the Al Shifa hospital, we see and there's nothing there. Even the people are
Mm.
correcting them. How come the first video it have one gun and the second video it have two guns? This doesn't make sense. So more and more Americans are realizing that this thing is not, and it's not the right thing. So what the people are saying is the response cannot be like this. You have 100 to 1. This is too much. Like yesterday, yesterday I saw that one of the UN refugee camps, the building, they blow up the whole building, and yani 200 people died in one massacre. Now, there's no excuse for this. I don't care if the bad guy did something. You cannot retaliate this way. So I think Americans are realizing that this thing is not real. So you have like more like I would say 50% of the people. Like before it used to be like very 10%. Now 50% of the people they realize this thing is not right and we were wrong and we need to trust the people more over there. We can't trust just one side and the Muslim people are not as bad as we think they are. They're humans just like us.
Okay, also, I want to tell you a thing, okay? There is no Israeli Palestinian conflict. There is a terrorist Israeli occupation which must come to its end, okay?
Yes.
That's what I believe. Because conflict means that is a war between two countries, okay? But as for Israel is no country, right? So it's just a terrorist occupation of Islamic countries,
Yes,
okay?
yes, yes.
But yeah, and the proof of this, يعني, actually, that is any country has a history.
Mm,
This indicates its existence.
yeah.
So tell me, before 1948, where is Israel? Where was the state of Israel?
It was not there.
There was no.
When you look in the map, the only thing you see is Palestine and the
Right,
Israel.
there was no country. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
there
was
was
no
no
country
country
called
called
Israel.
Israel.
Right?
And the people that you see in Israel now, they're the Ashkenazi Jews, and they were spread out across Europe. So after Germany, when they wanted to move them somewhere, at first America didn't want to take them, and the British decided, hey, where should we put them? And like a game, la 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 la. Let's find somewhere in the map. And then they said, yeah, yalla, let's do over here. What is over here?
Right.
I don't know. And what is over here is a bunch of Muslim countries living in peace together, no fighting, no nothing. And then you want to bring these people and you want to put them right in the middle. So before
Right.
1948, there was no country Israel. You can look in any encyclopedia, any book. The only thing it will say is Palestine, Palestine.
Right. So there is no country called Israel. Therefore, the
No
world
country
must know
called.
that.
So in the news, when
Yeah.
they say, "Oh, the war against Israel and Hamas," there's no country called Israel. Secondly,
Yeah.
like you said, for there to be a war, there has to be two sovereign nations, two countries fighting against each other. Even if you believe Israel is a country, Palestine is not its own country. It doesn't have its own military. It doesn't have its own government. It doesn't have nothing. So how can the person occupying another territory say, I'm fighting against somebody else? You're not fighting. And then they say self-defense. How is it self-defense when you are controlling and occupying and you are telling the people who can come in, who can come out? Yani with one flick of a switch, you can turn off electric, gas, everything. That means the other person, he has no power. So you are not the victim. The other person is the victim. So
Right. So yeah, right. So and also the world must know that this is a just terrorist occupation. There
yes,
is no is okay. Okay, but the problem is me and you know that. Okay,
yeah,
because we are Muslims.
yeah,
Okay, whatever you're in America, I'm in Egypt, but whatever we actually know that. Okay, but the media always lies to the average people of America. So let me ask you now: is it because happened in the Gaza the people learned the truth, or no?
yeah. They're learning the truth, man. So many
Really?
people are waking up. They're saying we used to believe in the media. We don't believe them anymore. And the interesting thing is, nobody knew the word. Americans don't speak Arabic, right? But now you ask a lot of Americans and they'll say, yeah, yeah, yeah. In 1948, there was the Nakba. How do you know this word? Oh, we learned it. Nakba means catastrophe, right? Subhanallah, this is a big deal. Even just to know like this. Because as
They
Muslim,
actually know what the meaning of
yeah, they
yeah,
know
wait, wait, wait.
because
They
even the
actually,
media is telling you.
they actually. Wow! Wait, wait, wait. Let me repeat it. The average people in America actually know what the meaning of Nakba now.
Yeah, I don't know if the number's average, but a lot of Americans, not Arab Americans, not Muslim Americans,
Good, good.
regular Americans, they're saying, okay, so now I get it.
Wow.
Before 1947, there was no Israel. Then the Israel
Yes.
came because of the British. Then there was a great, like, you forced them to leave. This thing is called Nakba. Wow, how do you know Nakba? Even I ask people, they say, oh, I heard it on the social media or the YouTube or the news. Doesn't Nakba mean like, to catastrophe, to be moved away, and then you say, Subhanallah, wow. And then you know what I said to myself? Man, Allah is the best of planners. Because in Islam, it said it's better to know one meaning of the word in Quran than to just to memorize it blindly. Like the ajr of understanding one meaning of the word is a big deal. So now imagine, this is not Quran, but imagine the average American, they learned one word, and that's a big deal, Nakba.
Allah. You
Soon,
know,
soon they will learn the whole true history of that region.
right. You know, in one time I met a child, and was from Switzerland. Okay, and I was telling to him about this what the story of Israel. Okay, and
Switzerland child. Okay.
mm, I told him before 1948
Yeah.
there was no country it's called Israel.
Mm.
He told me, really? I told him yes. He told me, wow. So my grandfather, no, no, no. He told me, so this is maybe 75 years. Told him yes. Told me, wow. So my grandfather, bigger more than Israel. you know,
Yeah.
what was the idea? Okay, so
Even Americans are
uh,
learning this. The Americans, they're learning this. Wow. So
good.
this thing is 75 years long, but when I look in the video, I see an 80-year-old, 85-year-old woman walking
Yeah,
from the new Nakba, Nakba 2023. So that means she's older than the creation of Israel. It's not a country, it's a
good. Yeah,
creation.
good,
Yeah.
good. Okay, let me ask you also.
I can take mud. I mean, I can take soil and water and put a banana, and it's not food, but it's my
Hmm.
creation. So, you see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Samir, you told me before about some people converted to Islam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so are there really people who converted to Islam because what is happening now in Gaza? And also, I'm sorry, but tell me what the reasons that prompted them to convert it to Islam. Because the Israel bombs hospitals,
Mhm.
schools,
Yeah,
everything. So this gives impression that Muslims are, of course, weak to the whole world.
yeah,
So
yeah.
how did the opposite happen, and they converted to Islam?
Okay, I will tell you exactly how, but I want to start off with a YouTube clip I saw today. There was a man, I think he's like some kind of, he's not the da'i, he's not spreading the gospel of Islam, like at Speaker's
Mm,
Corner or like the normal thing that you see in America or in Hyde Park at Speaker's Corner, but um, but this guy was passing the Quran. So he decided to give it to the police officer. So he said, "Hey, Mr. Police, I want to give you this Quran. Just read it." He said, "No." He said, "Why? You don't want to read this beautiful book?" "No, thank you." Okay. Then there was an old white lady, and she said, "I'll take it." And he says, "Oh, here, you want it?" And then she said, "Yeah, I read a little of it before, a long time ago." And then he said, "Oh, wow." And she's like, "Yeah, it was so scary. Like, it's real. It's the truth." And she's shaking her hand because now she has the Quran in her hand. And then he
and,
said, "Well, maybe this time you will read the whole thing." And she said, "Okay." And it looked like she was about to cry, but the video finished.
mm,
So that tells you
subhanallah.
that there's truth in the Quran and the feeling. So now what happened is there's a lot of people because of the what's going on in Palestine, in occupied Palestine, we must say, is the children are dying. The mother is dying. The wife is dying. The father is dying. But everywhere you go, instead of saying, "Oh, my poor baby," blah blah blah, most people, not all, most people are saying, you know, uh, and I will say it in English: "From Allah we came, and from Allah we will to Allah we will return." So Allah Subhanahu wa Taala.
And I know this is a translate of what Allah saying, "Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un." This in Surah Al-Baqarah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Subhanallah.
I wanted to say it in
Mm,
English for the people who don't speak Arabic. So
yeah,
what's
yes.
happening is people are seeing they're dying, like 20 people in one house, 14 family in one house. And then they don't cry. They just say, "Ya Allah, sabirni, Ya Allah. Please give me sabr. Give me patience. I know you have a master plan. This is not my choice. Whether I like it or not, you have something better for us, inshallah, in the future." Inshallah means God willing for those who don't understand. So, sabirni, the root word is sabr, meaning patience. Please give me the patience. Please, please, Ya Allah. Oh God, give me the patience. So now you have people, normal Americans, non Muslims, watching this and they're saying, how can these people have this kind of faith? Yani, this iman. How are they getting this iman that's so strong, like uh, like steel, and you can't break it? You bomb their house, you can't break it. You kill their sister, you can't break it. You kill their friend, you can't break it. You don't kill one person, you kill 15 people. Yesterday, the guy lost his brother. Today, he lost his mother. He's still strong. How? Yani, how can this be?
Subhanallah.
Because me, I cannot do it. You cannot do it. Most people cannot do it. So they said it must be whoever this Allah.
Except Muslim.
Yeah, except Muslim. It must be this Allah person.
Mm,
Yani Allah's not a person, but they say like this
right.
in their mind. It must be this Allah idea, this entity called Allah, this God called Allah. So eventually they say, I have to learn more. So there are two famous influencers. One is a black woman who read Surah Al-Baqarah because she doesn't know that the easy one is yani after
So,
yani after
Baqarah.
Yeah, man. 41 or 49 pages. As Muslims, we count.
Yeah, but this is the biggest surah in the Quran, so
Exactly.
how
So
can they read?
she doesn't. No, no, no. In English, she doesn't know. Yani, like a Muslim, she doesn't know after Al Fatiha. Oh, please, please, ya Ustaz, make me do Surah Al Nas or Falaq or Ikhlas. Let me do the easy ones,
Right,
the three easy one. I want to do easy. That way, I
right.
can memorize more and make my father and my mother happy more and faster. I do the easy one first. But she didn't know that yani Arabic is from right to left, I think. So after Fatiha, she said, okay, then I go to the next one. And she do the next one. And maybe because in English, even though Fatiha is 49 pages or 41 pages, like Fatiha has several books. So maybe in her mind, she's saying, ooh, I'm reading a lot of books, like chapters from the Quran, right? So she read it and
Yeah.
she realized, like, wow, like I was wrong. Everything the media tell me is wrong. They say the woman, she has no rights in Islam. The man, he control her. But Surah Al-Baqarah, it's not like this. Women, they have a right. Women, they must be protected. Women, they must be respected. She said, Subhanallah, this is the one I like. I like this. I don't like whatever the other stuff I was reading. I like this one. So she read
No.
more and more, and she said, Subhanallah, this is what I like, and this is logically, it makes the most sense. So I must practice this thing. Now she read it for like a week or a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. And last week, yani, she turned into a Muslim. She converted. Or as the Muslims say,
And
reconverted. Yeah.
did, did you see some of them?
Yeah, she's a Muslim. And now, even this week, she started wearing the hijab.
Subhanallah.
Yes,
Really?
she's wearing the
Just
hijab
1 week?
in 1 week. And she was reading the Quran like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But then after that, she said, I'm going to make a decision and become Muslim. And she made her Shahada, she became Muslim. And then in less than 1 week, she wore a hijab. And now she is doing activism against what's going on in the occupation of Palestine. Then there was,
Subhanallah. Alhamdulillah.
lastly, there was a third story. Uh, I think she's Latina because she has like, like accent from Spanish speaking country. But she said
Mm.
her mom is um, first generation American, but her ancestry from her mom's side is from Palestine. But she doesn't know anything
Mm.
about Palestinian culture. She doesn't know about the religion or anything. But then she saw what's going on in the war, and she's very sad, and it bothers her. And when she was growing up, she identified as Christian, but nobody in her family practices Christianity. They don't go to the church on Sunday. They don't do any of that stuff. The more and more she's seen the children dying in Gaza, the mother, the father, everyone, the hospital, all this stuff, she's crying and then saying, how can they do this to my people? Because from her mom's side, she has Palestine, just 2 generations up. So
Mm. Yeah.
that means before the creation of Israel.
Samir,
Yeah,
I'm listening police behind you.
yeah. This is America, where it's crazy. By the way, the
You
police in
see?
America, they're trained by the Israeli IDF.
Don't say crazy. Don't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
crazy. They will kill you now.
No, it's okay. Even though this is a little,
Okay.
I can't have fear. So this woman,
Uh,
she became Islam because she said, I want to learn about my Palestinian culture because my grandfather would have been from Palestine and he's old enough. So she studied the culture, and yani you cannot study Palestine culture without understanding al-Islam. So then she picked up the Quran, she started reading the English version, and she said, man, I only read a couple of surahs. That's enough for me to know this is the real thing. Yani nobody can create. Uh, Imagine she didn't read the Arabic version; she only read the English version. Even with the English version, she said nobody can create anything like this. It has to be the Word of God.
mm,
And then she said, so she said, I'm going to, uh, I'm really gonna become a Muslim. But first, I want to go to my psychiatrist and do some therapy, like yani 1 or 2 sessions, and make sure that I'm doing it for the right reasons. And then I will become Muslim, inshallah. So,
Alhamdulillah, subhanallah.
so Allah is the best of planners. Wallahi, Allah is the
Right,
best of planners. And so, even if we don't
right.
like this, we watch the social media, we see Imam Umar Sulaiman, we see all the Sheikh, we see the people in Palestine showing us the ugly pictures, the sad pictures. Yani, yes, you must have rahmat.
Muhammad Hijab,
Yeah, Muhammad Hijab.
Muhammad Hijab.
Everyone, everyone who comes on the Piers Morgan show and destroys the Israeli narrative and shows them the haqq, the truth and the way. Yeah, but we must have rahmat for the people in Palestine. But at the same time, we must also be patient because we must understand that, the mashallah, we have a guy wearing the Palestini jacket.
Wow, really?
Yeah, mashallah, he's beautiful. He has a wool jacket and it has the Palestini
Ah,
design. So,
MashaAllah,
so
MashaAllah.
yeah, a lot of people are waking up, and as Muslims, we must understand it's rough right now, but inshallah, Allah knows best, and we will see what happens in the future.
MashaAllah,
Continue
MashaAllah.
making your salat 5 times a day. Continue making dua for Palestine and
Dua,
everyone
right,
else in the world. You know.
right, right. Good. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Allah is best planners,
Yeah.
like what you said.
Yeah.
Inshallah, we will see. Inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay, okay, that's it, Samir, and thanks for your time.
Oh, you're
And
welcome.
very happy to meet you
Anytime.
today, Allah.
Yeah.
Shukran.
Inshallah, if you have any
Thank you.
more, we can
Thank you
continue
very
like
much.
this.
And also, yeah, inshallah, we'll meet you, inshallah, uh, in other videos, inshallah. Okay.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay. Shukran.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank,
You're
thank you
welcome.
very much.
Bye bye.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.